Welcome to National Podcast Post Month here on the Odd Dad Out Podcast, where normal is not my specialty. That's right, I am trying to do 30 episodes in 30 days, and just cause, and that's really kind of the motivation of it. Can I do it? We'll see. So, like I said, normally the tagline of the show is "Normal is not my specialty," but honestly, right now, I'm pretty sure I'm about as normal as everybody else is, because we've basically spent the last 2 weeks binging Disney Plus. Who's with me? It's like everybody right now. If you are at all aware of what Disney Plus is, you've been binging Disney Plus since launch day. Because, and I think everybody who signed up for Disney Plus before it launched tried to log in at like 5 a.m. on launch day. Was it last week on the 12th? I think it was, like the 12th, I think was the launch day. And if you don't know what Disney Plus is, it is the new streaming service brought to you by, who else? Disney. And it's loaded. It is seriously loaded with stuff. Okay, first off, not that I have their attention at all. I am not being paid by Disney. Shit, if I were being paid by Disney for anything, you would not hear as much profanity as you hear on this show. But, I think that's the biggest takeaway of, I am not being paid by Disney. They could, what would they give me? Anyway. But I'm a guy with 4 kids and a wife who chooses not to change her birthday for the last 6 or 7 years. But it's kind of, I don't remember if I've talked about this before. When I was a kid on cable, Disney was not yet a basic cable channel, but Disney Channel was a premium channel. So most people did not have access to Disney cartoons unless it was the stuff that aired like on ABC on Saturday mornings. That was basically it. You didn't get a lot of Disney cartoons unless it was Saturday morning on ABC, or you had a friend or a cousin or somebody, or you were one of the lucky people that actually paid for it, but paid for the Disney Channel. And I remember, like, when I was a kid, going and like being at my cousin's house over the summer and watching the Gummy Bears, and I don't remember what channel it was, because I remember watching Tailspin and Darkwing Duck, and we all watched DuckTales, and I don't remember where I watched DuckTales, because I don't remember it being on the regular afternoon block. But I remember a lot of watching Darkwing Duck and Chippendales Rescue Rangers and Tailspin and having all those songs. And God, these shows had the best theme songs ever. Everything, like all of the Duck universe, all of that stuff, and then Rescue Rangers, because it was kind of a separate. But all of those shows had the best theme songs. Even Gummy, all of those, they're from that era, that like early 90s Disney cartoons. Like I just said, like DuckTales and Tailspin and Rescue Rangers and Darkwing Duck had the coolest. Gummy Bears. These shows had the coolest theme songs back then. And you find anybody who watched these shows and they will belt out those songs like, I don't care who you're, the most hardcore gangster rap guy who grew up watching DuckTales. You just say DuckTales, woo! Everybody. It is like going to Texas and was as the bit in from Pee-wee's Big Adventure. He's just like sitting there. He's like, no, I'm at the Alamo. Really? He's like, the stars at night are big and bright. And you do that in Texas, I swear to God. It will happen. Just like in Pee-wee's Big Adventure. But all these songs, they're stuck in your brain from childhood. And guess what? They're all on Disney Plus now. All of your like ultimate nostalgia stuff from when you were a kid is all on Disney Plus, and all of those friggin' I think they said it launched with like 150 movies and shows or something. I don't remember the total breakdown of it, but there's a bunch of it's just packed with nostalgia right now. It launched with all the nostalgia and yeah, that's it. Everybody, seriously, like everybody right now is going around binging Disney Plus because you are you're watching all of your childhood now streaming to your mobile device or your laptop. Or if you have a smart TV, I don't know if you have a smart TV, if there's a Disney Plus app that's already connected to your smart TVs or what, but nevertheless, that's a thing. That is totally a thing right now where you could be, yeah. So that is what we've been doing. And I don't necessarily myself because I just don't have the time. Because for all of what you're getting out of me, you've seen that I've missed days doing this little bit of time I've missed doing because of house stuff and work stuff and cleaning and all the other, being dad, all the busyness of my life. But when I'm not working and when I've been having family time, because I still have my family time, we've been sitting there and like late at night, normally Rihanna and I will sit there on my off days and we'll sit there and catch up on game show. We'll like watch Masked Singer and catch up on Supernatural and all of our shows that we normally watch during the week that we don't miss. We catch them all on my nights off. Well, basically since last week, all we've been doing is binging Disney Plus movies. It's been sitting there watching Smart House. And I don't know how many times we've put Hocus Pocus on. Like right now, as I speak, Sam is sitting on the couch with a bowl of popcorn watching Hocus Pocus by request. He asked to watch Hocus Pocus. It's like he's got his little water bottle and he's got his bowl of popcorn and he's watching Hocus Pocus. But it's also been really cool because on top of all the nostalgia TV shows, it's got all of the classic Disney movies. Like the classic, these are locked away in the vault movies. And as best I could tell, it's basically got all of them. Everything from Snow White and Sleeping Beauty all the way up to like The Lion King, and like it's got Aladdin and The Lion King and Sleeping Beauty. I said Sleeping Beauty. Beauty and the Beast. Wrong Beauty. all the classic Disney musicals from our childhood. All of those 90s, the second coming of the Disney, the golden age of the Disney princesses, really, and the Disney animated movies. They're all there. They're all there. And so it's been really cool. Rihanna's been doing like movie nights with the boys, especially like Friday, Saturday when I'm working. And she'll have movie night with the boys and they're watching the original Beauty and the Beast because they've seen the remake. They've seen the live action version, but they'd never seen the original animated version. So she showed them the original Beauty and the Beast and she showed them the original Aladdin. I don't remember if they've watched, well, we owned The Lion King. So they've seen The Lion King before. And the new one isn't on there yet, but it did launch with The New Lady and the Tramp. And I haven't seen that yet. I also have never actually seen the original Lady and the Tramp, so I'm not emotionally invested in seeing this movie. But it's really cool. And like going through, and the whole thing is broken up because, let's not forget, Disney now owns Lucasfilm, which is all the Star Wars universe, and Indiana Jones, and a bunch of other stuff that's actually connected, that's like LucasArts stuff, and Marvel. Oh yeah, and National Geographic. So there's a whole National Geographic section in Disney Plus, and there's a whole Marvel tab, there's a whole Lucas tab, and a whole Pixar tab, which basically has like everything that Pixar has ever made before 1990, before this year, everything before 2019. So like Toy Story 4 isn't on there. But all the other 3 movies and just about everything else Pixar has ever done, including 1,000,000,001 short films, including like the original the original Pixar short that has the little lamp icon where he's and all that stuff, that's in there. You can just it's just all of Disney Plus is giant nostalgia city, and all of the Marvel, because Marvel is a Disney property now. All of the Marvel is there, everything except for the most recent Spider-Man movie. I take that back. I think Homecoming might not. I think the 2 most recent Spider-Man movies aren't in there. And I think that's just kind of a Sony thing. I think that's still a case of, because, you know, wonky rights with Marvel and Sony over Spider-Man stuff. So I think Homecoming is still on Netflix. I think I'm totally blanking that. I know I've seen it, but I don't remember where it is. It might have just been like on my cable box as a free streaming thing. I don't remember. But yeah, all of the Marvel. I got to finally watch Endgame the other night. I finally got to watch Captain Marvel. And so now I've actually completely caught up on all the Marvel movies except for the most recent Spider-Man. I've seen all of the Marvel movies, which is kind of cool that it's all there. And you could theoretically watch it all chronologically now, or whatever, you know, because if you know anything about it, the timeline is all wonky inside the movies, but whatever. But it's cool. And it's been something that's been really nifty. And I feel bad because we've totally been neglecting our Netflix. But right now, we're just in nostalgia city. And I mean, I still haven't even pulled up Gargoyles. And that's going to be cool. But that's something like I want to sit down with the boys and like, look, look here. This show was the coolest Disney cartoon to ever be made. And anybody who ever argues that never watched it. Gargoyles was the coolest thing ever. And I heard Jordan Peele is trying to make a live action version of it. And if anybody else was trying to do it, I wouldn't trust it. But this dude, when he wants to make something, he has respect for the thing he's doing and he wants it to be right. And this is a guy who has demonstrated an ability to execute his vision very clearly. So I'm really hoping that they get on board with this. And I heard that Gargoyles has been one of the most popular shows on Disney Plus since it launched, because it's one of those shows where they didn't really push it in the years since it went off the air. It was like it's the cult icon of Disney cartoons. Is that anybody who ever watched it loved it, but it doesn't really fit the Disney mold because it's really dark. It was a really dark show, and it was really heavy issues, and people were dying, and things were getting really heavy. So they just kind of ignored it. You know, they push more of the princess shows and the more happy, friendly shows, and they rebooted DuckTales and reintroduced Darkwing Duck and all of these things. They rebranded and redid a lot of these kind of things. But Gargoyles, and to be fair, leave it the fuck alone. But they left Gargoyles alone. Incidentally, kind of a funny thing. I was actually watching some clips from episodes of Gargoyles. I never realized how many people from Star Trek Next Generation were on Gargoyles. I knew 2. I knew like basically 2 of the big bads from Gargoyles were actually from Star Trek. And then I was watching another episode and was like, wait a second, that's another one. Like I've now caught the guy who was Commander Riker, Counselor Troy, and Data were all on Gargoyles. And I'm sure there were more, but this was all in one episode. But anyway, I'm nerding out way more than I expected to. But yeah, that's what we've been doing. And it's been it's been really cool getting to introduce the boys to all of these awesome things. And yes, it's completely nostalgia, but it's been really cool getting to introduce the boys to all these cartoons and shows and movies from our childhood that we don't need remakes of everything. The originals were perfect, really. I'm going to watch the new Lion King. Oh, that's not on there either. But again, pretty much everything before this year is on there right now. For the most part. Again, I think they launched with Endgame and Lady and the Tramp just as a, hey, look, you can get it here. But it's it's Nostalgia City, and I'm really enjoying getting to introduce the boys to all of these things. It's like me sitting there on YouTube showing them old Sesame Street skits. That I want my boys to appreciate the entertainment we had when we were kids, because let's face it, shows and cartoons were better then. I don't care what you think. Like, I'm Adventure Time and Rick and Morty and Gumball. Oh, the cartoons now suck. I'm going to say it. They suck. You can say, oh, they're more. No. It's the art style is stupid. When they redid Teen Titans with that stupid art style, it's crap. When they redid the Powerpuff Girls with that same art style, it's stupid. Cartoons now are dumb. They are. The cartoons now suck. The cartoons of our youth, way better. Period. I'd still rather watch the original DuckTales than the new one. And they're basically rehashing the same old stories. But no. I want my original DuckTales. I want my Darkwing Duck. I want the badass theme songs to all those cartoons. No. I want the super fun Chip 'n Dale's Rescue Rangers. That's what I want. I don't want the remakes. I want I want my nostalgia back. And I'm going to expose my children to all of that nostalgia, because I can guarantee you they will enjoy those versions of those cartoons more than anything else that's out right now. Okay, then enough free shilling for Disney. I'm going to get out of here. Thank you so much. Again, hit me up on the social medias. Yeah, that thing. On the social medias at Odd Dad Out. Subscribe to the show at oddadoutpodcast.com. If you just want these episodes, throw a /NAPODPOMO 2019 on there, all one big jumble of letters there. And hit me up on the voicemail. Let's see if I remember it. 516-636 God, nope. But it's 516-ODOPOD1, whatever the hell those numbers are. I don't have it in front of me. But until next time, oddballs, I'm going to go watch Hocus Pocus.